All right, so let's talk about joining World Financial Group and some things you need to know before you decide if joining WFG is right for you. I'm going to give you some generic advice that I think is helpful, because ultimately what you should be looking for, and if you're watching this video, you're definitely in the bunch that does this, you should be looking for doing your due diligence to decide if joining any agency, WFG or otherwise, is the best fit for you. My name is David Duford. I own Duford Insurance Group. I train and recruit agents nationally to sell final expense Medicare and annuities, both face-to-face and over the phone. If you happen to enjoy this kind of content, I do a lot of it. Just subscribe if you don't mind and like the video. So let's get started. So first of all, joining WFG, how do you know it's the right fit for you? So let's go through a couple of bullet points here that will help you come to this ultimate determination, because bottom line, here's my point. When we're looking at WFG, this isn't a disparaging type of video. WFG works well for a lot of people, but it doesn't work well for all people. No agency does. There are some things about agencies that are better fit for some than they are for others. And what your job is you got to decide, is what WFG offering me, is that the best opportunity for me, or is there something else that's better? One thing you want to understand getting into this business, it's really important to make sure that the first choice you make is the last choice that you make. Because jumping around happens a lot in this business. People go here, people go there. They're never satisfied with what they got because they really didn't think about what it is that they wanted. We want to try to avoid that as much as possible. So let's go ahead and start with, first of all, how commissions work. You really need to do some due diligence into how commissions work for WFG. Check out how their commission levels start. Check out what it takes to increase your commissions. Are you required to recruit to get to the highest levels, or can you only personally produce to get to those higher levels? Because again, many commission structures are based specifically on recruiting more agents. And if you're not hot to trot on recruiting, you may be at a lower level on your upside potential if you just explicitly produce and don't get into the adult babysitting businesses we like to joke about sometimes. So sometimes commission levels can be higher with organizations than WFG, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're any better. What commission levels come down to is, what is the value proposition in exchange for the commission? There are opportunities that have lower commission that help make the actual agent a lot more money, because the value prop, maybe they're getting free leads, fresh leads, or whatever, or great training, is a better deal than what they got, or maybe they could get a little bit higher. So it's not all about commissions, but then again, it is pretty important to make sure your commission levels are maximized, and what you're getting in exchange for that will be a good deal. And again, how do you find that out? Do your due diligence. Contact other agencies, see what they have to offer, and just do a like-kind comparison. And as you do this process, a lot of this will start to make more sense. So next on the list here is training. This is a critical element that my agency is focused on through its inception back in 2013, and it's this. It's making sure that training is first and foremost the most important element to getting an agent up and running. The problem in the insurance business, specifically final expense, life insurance, and Medicare, is there's a numerous amount of agencies that recruit, but very infinitesimal amounts that actually train you. Instead, what they do is they throw a bunch of videos at you and call that training. They don't ever pick the phone up to support or help you or put you in a position to improve your understanding and grow, and they just expect you to just go out there and figure the stuff out. Now, there is that element that is true that will happen, but let's face it, you need to have some support and training and an understanding before you go to war, right? So that's the idea behind training. Ask your WFG agency recruitment person what their training protocol looks like. What will they do for you on product training? What will they do for you on sales training? What will they do for you on marketing training? Ask all these important questions, because if you've never sold anything before, you have to understand, when you get into an insurance business, no matter which agency you're with, you're now running a business. You don't have a job. You have a business, and all businesses need people to talk to. You need products to sell, and you have to have the expertise necessary to convince a stranger to buy from you, and then have that being a duplicatable process you can run over and over again. So ask the WFG person who's recruiting you what they have to offer, and if you don't like what you have to see, then look around and do your due diligence. Last on the list here, of course, is leads. Leads are the lifeblood of selling any kind of insurance, guys. If you don't have leads, you don't have an insurance business, and you're basically very quickly going to fail out of the business. In other words, you cannot go into this business of insurance sales, no matter what, if you don't have some kind of system, a blueprint to generate predictably a number of leads to go out and sell. So ask WFG what kind of information, systems, opportunities they have for helping you generate leads. Ask questions like, do you expect me to buy leads from a vendor? Do you expect me to self-generate my own leads? Do I have to go to my network of family and friends? Some people like that. Some people hate that. And again, every agency has a different approach to how they market and how they find opportunities to sell insurance to. But some people won't do one strategy, but they'll absolutely do another. Again, this all comes back to what's most important for you. Again, this isn't a disparagement of WFG. Sometimes people complain like that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not. I'm earnestly trying to inform the people who are looking on this video for advice on what to do to think about the what ifs. Think about really the things that maybe you're not necessarily hearing or haven't thought about. In this process of coming up with, okay, where should I go in this business and where can I get the best chances of success? Because here's the thing you may not be aware of. 90% plus of new agents fail out in the first year. There's a huge failure rate. And part of it is because agents come in and they don't know and understand how this business of insurance sales really work. They just kind of jump in with the first recruiter that takes them in, but never questions the premises that's proposed to them. And that's the purpose of this video is if you like what WFG does after asking all these questions, then join. If you don't, keep doing your due diligence and figure out which opportunity is going to be best for you. My name is David DeFord. If you'd like to learn more about my agency, there should be links above or below if you would like to take a second look, get a second opinion. If you have any comments or questions, leave it below. Always welcome them. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.